Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Empaths, seekers, and psychonauts, old souls alike. We're going to utilize the scrolls as well. We have tarot and oracle, and we have ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Please do receive or release freely. When you're ready, old souls, if you'd like to open up with me, you're more than welcome to, or you can fast forward through whenever you're ready. Taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of Old Souls. Old Souls, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Thank you to all those.
How old are you?
I am now 45. I'm going to grab some scrolls here. I hope you've had a great new year. Thank you to all those who have liked, shared, and subscribed. You truly warm my haunted heart. I apologize if I sound a little funny or if I sneeze or sniffle. I'm a little bit under the weather, but all's good. Healing journey. All good. All good. And I have ink all over my hands as well as I'm doing the ink blots for the signs, so... Just a bunch of apologies today. That's what I got going on. All right. Here are our scrolls. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to yourself, introverts and extroverts. I got you. All right. Let's take a moment to take it in. I feel very celebratory here. Feel very celebratory. Gotten to the core of something as well. Okay. I'm going to start over here. So what I'm getting the sense of is, like, I'm going to say it back in the day, or at least, I don't know if I actually ever did it when I was a kid. It's like one of those parachutes, and each of the kids or whatnot, we would or it's like a color wheel. It's this big parachute thing, and maybe there's a ball that would float around. I'm not really sure. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. It's like the celebration of
2,
the color wheel. Everyone working together to make things float, to have fun, working together and seeing the causes and effects, but it feels all very fluid. And as well, I'm seeing it in this way of like, I think it's more cartoon-like, but it's like, imagine if you were light as a feather, like your spirit, your soul, and it's like having this fun where you have like these guides or guardians, and you can jump on the bed or on the trampoline, and you can just feel weightless. That's what it makes me feel like. So whether it's the color wheel of the spectrum of the auras and energy body to the wheel of the zodiacs, whatever that might feel to you, I feel like there's a fluidity. And then I'm also hearing a sound. It's like notes. While this ball's like moving around in that parachute thing, or if your soul is just kind of like, wee, having a little bit of fun, feeling very light. Maybe this is a youthful energy coming in, or if you've already embodied this youthful kind of feeling. Because I hear a sound like piano notes when I land on certain colors or something like that. It's kind of like raining down blessings, and I'm receiving them, and then I draw them down. I bring them down to earth, very much so. But it's like I had to look up for a while. Something about donkeys as well. If donkeys mean anything to you, I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing like an old school, I think it's like Dennis the Menace or something like that, or the circus, if you know of old school comics, or Archie, something along that lines, where there wouldn't necessarily be words, but it's like this moment of time of like seeing your work, like a flicking sweat. So I feel like there's some sort of celebration happening, especially in the spirit realm, the spirit of all things, not necessarily the afterlife, working with your spirit guides, spirit of your ancestors, the spirit of your higher self, whatever the case may be. You've drawn something down. You've drawn something down. Yes. Okay. And there's been a certain amount of discipline to make that happen. And it's like putting the cap on it now. Putting, not cap to stop it. It's like putting the roof on the house. Somebody, maybe you've been building a house or your holistic house. Okay. Blood, sweat, and tears with Tuesday of Mars. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Going over there as well. I'm going to start adding on tarot as well. Here's the base of the house. I had to open up.
Under.
Is it under the house? The holistic house of sorts. Maybe where your footing was, where you've placed your footings or foundations. But I feel like this house has been opened up. It's like seeing a dollhouse, and you can open it up. And I had to look at all the pieces in there. I even caught some mice. Maybe you've gotten, rid of some rodents in your life. And I'm not trying to be nasty when I say that in regards to, other people, places, or things being rodents. That's not what I mean. However, I think there are some energies that play that role to teach us in one way or another anyway. But I see that you've caught them. And it's like, that's the reason why I've had to, will it come through? Possibly, like, open up this house, take a good look. Now they can't get in. Now they can't get in. As I've gotten to the core of something Wolverine style. There are Sphinx heads right there. Okay, so now it's bringing me into this, under the Sphinx library.
Blessed.
And there is like this alien being here. There's some sort of information, old souls, that I feel as though you have access to, or you've been gaining access to. And you're very mindful not to necessarily share it with everyone. It's almost like as if the information is for you to create something. And then that's how it will be shared. Does that make sense? Okay, so now that these rodent type creatures are outside of your house, and I'm seeing this as like the chimney, and that's where the chimney cap goes on. A lot of finishing touches is coming through. We'll take one more for the old souls. Yeah, ecstasy. Okay, I will bring these up for you so you can share with me in this scrying adventure. And then we have here the Two of Cups, equilibrium. This is like human and higher self stuff, at least the way I feel it coming through. With the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, you're moving on to, see, there's a moving on to something else. But this isn't necessarily like, okay, I'm moving on. This is, I feel as though I'm looking at a mosaic, or I'm looking at a stained glass. And I got to step back to see the bigger picture of it all. Kind of like that with that parachute color wheel.
Angel.
Sorry, give me a second here.
Forward.
There's definitely a moving forward. See, there's something going on over there. Okay, I'll bring these up for you. Signal and exhilaration. All right, give me. This is in that excitement, like ecstasy and exhilaration. I feel like if you're not already, you should be really proud of yourself for the progress that's been made. Progress that's been made. There's a spirit guide or extraterrestrial or interdimensional energy that is keeping an eye out with you. This
Below.
could be like your human higher self. This could be your higher self. Man, it is a big energy. Oh, sorry, I'm not even on the right camera. This is a really big energy. There's a signal from when I mentioned this, like alien being, kind of feels mantis like, very meditative. So maybe it's just if you don't land necessarily in the extraterrestrial land, that's fine. But life on other planets, life on other dimensions, whatever the case may be, there's a signal that is moving towards you. There's a signal that's moving towards you. 2 of Cups. And you've been doing work. It's like I'm seeing it opening up a pine cone. It's like a pine cone opening up.
Spell.
Does this make any sort of sense? I hope so. But Old Souls, I feel like you're on the right road. You're on the right road. I just heard the road to riches.
Pain.
The road to riches. There's that third eye. Yeah, there's that third eye. Road to riches. I feel like this is a road to rich realities. Okay. Whew, sorry. I'm a little overwhelmed, if I may, in the ironically, in the amount of excitement. It's exhilarating, really. But what's coming towards you because of the progress you've made. Because you've opened the book of something, your holistic self, the comic relief. And you got to the core of something. Maybe it's a core belief system. There's absolutely a Wolverine in here. Even the core of what I believe, what I desire, and acknowledging that's worth, or the progress I've made in a topic or subject. Because I wanted to learn. I wanted to be a student. Because it's almost like an indication of being the ultimate master.
Back.
And I know I'm being guided, but I have one eye open. I'm not naive. If anyone's trying to insist upon some sort of naivete, because you have looked within. And I want to note up here when I'm in the throat, it's almost like saying to myself, I realize that I am a rare find. And not because by acknowledging your rareness indicates everyone is regular, because that would be just falling suit into a tit for tat. Beauty is a nectar which intoxicates the soul.
Dirty.
Oh my goodness. Your rareness it's like, no, it's something that you're receiving. Okay, so I'm not even, it's okay, third eye. How do I say? It's like there's many crystals in the earth. Gold, minerals, all that kind of good stuff. And some are more abundant and some are more rare. For whatever their makeup is, right? Whatever ingredients are required for that to happen. Now, for some, there's like an off-planet mineral. Like it could be like a meteorite. Maybe you're working with a crystal or a mineral, something, or a glass from a meteorite. And you're really communing with that element. And for others, I feel like it's the way you have taken, say, plain ingredients, but you can
Respect.
create the bread or the pie differently. I don't know how to say it any more clearer, because it's almost
School.
like I would be trying to expose a secret ingredient or a recipe that's not supposed to be revealed. It's supposed to be enjoyed. So whatever you are creating, whatever you are doing with your gifts, it's like as they pool, and because I'm seeing like your third eye like blow wind down towards the throat of communicating. It's like whatever that process is in your, from your higher self to human self mindscape, that process, that secret ingredient is yours, but the effects of it are for others to enjoy, because it's almost like then it enhances them to do it their own way. Does this make any sort of sense? I feel like it does somewhere, but I don't really know. But I feel as though it's personally profound. But there's been so much progress. And I just saw this.
Recorder.
Is that from like Pulp Fiction or something like that? It's mysterious. It's mysterious. So whatever it is that you create, or your energy, your aura is creating by mixing these parts of yourself and getting to the core of things, opening things up, capping things out, like getting a lot of like structure
Empty.
set. So you can, as you're cooking things up, always looking within. I don't know how to say it, but it's like it intoxicates other people, your essence. See, this is, but okay, so that's that like boundary thing with the rat mousy things.
Respect.
But there's a carefulness, yes, absolutely respect, that maybe people, like maybe you do make a wine or a beer, I don't know. It could be like a spirit, right? Like the spirit of alcohol or the spirit of things. But so to ensure people aren't, like I feel like those boundaries are much, there's been progress there, and possibly even more will be required as you grow. It's like going from a home brewery to like a warehouse brewery of whatever this is for you, whatever your spirit is that you are creating and sharing with the world. But that means there's going to be more things in place. You might need more protection. You might need more studying, business ideas, whatever the case may be, because you're elevating progress. Anyway, so there's something about ensuring people aren't like tied in, getting drunk off you.
Brandy.
They can sip you like a fine brandy. Like a fine brandy. All right, closing out message here for the old souls. We're going to throw on some runes. And little cosmic cards here. So we have here be with the sexuality, pursue, hunting. And then we have bear, inner voice. See, inner, look within. Your progress and pursuit. Sacral as well. What you're creating. I can't help but acknowledge what your masculine and feminine energies are creating, with, especially with that Two of Cups. And then the Ace of Cups. It's like the two become the one. The two become the one. I don't know. Old souls, my goodness. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here with me and putting up with my stuffiness. My stuffy sounds. But I appreciate you. I'm so glad you are here. And we're going to get final closing out messages.
And.
Take one more if it's there. Perfect. Okay. So we have here free spirit, meditation, and transcendence. See, there's something. Free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. This brings me to like that beginning parachute kind of feel, you know, jumping on the bed or whatever the case was. To be light as a feather, to be free. And maybe that's something I've learned over the past year. Maybe it's something you've been working with through meditation of your holistic nature. Meditation. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. And I also want to note, like, there's this blatant higher self presence up here that's so large, so large. But in order to hear my higher self to come down in that third eye kind of whirlpool, and then the wind comes down, serves me.
Gemini.
I got to hear it. Something's also coming out of hibernation. Inner voice, look within. Something's coming out of hibernation when you're ready to share it. It's like coming out with that new spirit of sorts, whatever that is. And then transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitation and allow your soul's light to truly shine. This is what's going to come out when you are ready throughout this year.
Sad.
There's still something about that signal. What is it about this signal? I don't know the word, and it's so funny because I feel like I can hear it. It's almost like transdimensional. I feel like it's, I don't know the words because I'm not sure that they exist that I know of.
Strangled.
Yeah, I'm strangling my psyche just trying to figure it out. But hopefully you understand, empaths, fellow seekers, and psychonauts. Do you know what it's like? That's okay. That's a perfect way. Thank you. Sorry. It's like I'm having an internal conversation, but I'm trying to listen. It's like having a conversation with your third eye to your higher self or another being, to the Sphinx library, whatever this may be, whatever information, whatever guidance you're working with, because I feel like you have many, but it happens through telepathy. It's more telepathic in nature or tele-empathic. That stalker thing keeps coming up. It's so creepy. No stalker. Now, maybe you need to be mindful because there is also this big face here that you're very aware of, like these that even though you've done your due diligence and you've, looked under your foundation and you've checked your walls, whatever the case may be. And this feels very represent maybe of your own habits, whatever the case is, but also other people in your life. Whatever the case may be, to kind of get rid of the rats. And while there's no judgment to that, it's also still, you're allowed to put up boundaries to protect yourself from that. But I feel like the reason why I feel like there's this large guidance keeping an eye out with you and for you is because you're getting the attention of others. And that means when you decide to like release your nectar, your idea, your creation, your mosaic of sorts, other people are going to start to be able to see, if they haven't already, what you're creating. And it transcends something. It's like it's like something being infused, a sigil being infused like a spell, or an item being infused with Reiki. It's something like that. You have this ability to infuse and integrate something. And when you're rare, not competing with, that means other people, places, or things are regular. It's like I just feel like you're in a rare space. It catches the attention of people that understand the skill set that you've been progressing to.
Stressed.
Because it's all very exhilarating. I'm going to leave this here so I don't yammer on too long, old souls. This feels very wild. I hope that this has served and made sense in some way, shape, or form. A lot of progress, a lot of rarity, but it's like taking the regular things and making something rare from it. Anywho, I'm going to stop trying to figure it out. I'm going to drink it in and appreciate it along with you. I want to thank you so very much for being here with me. And until next time, I will see you again soon, old souls. Bye. Wild thing. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we officially close out over here? To be do. To be do. Thank you. Wonderful.